Obviously it's been a bit of a tumultuous summer in a way, given that so many players have gone and therefore you've had to find replacements.
Mm-hmm.
How's that going? I mean, a lot of good players have left, haven't they? Did you expect them to go? And yeah, how do you feel about them going, really?
I did expect players to go. I think I said that after the last game, because we had a budget that was competitive and we wanted to go straight back up. I think the boys played to a level where they did deserve to stay in the National League or probably get themselves a better move financially. So that happened. We moved on really quickly. We found out pretty soon, so 3 or 4 weeks after the season. So I had started my recruitment process to replace them quite early, which was good. We've missed out on a few targets, but I'm quite happy with the targets that we've got in. As I said earlier, good luck to the boys. I've got a great relationship for them. Some have gone to the National League and some have obviously got themselves a better contract, which is great. That's the way football works. So it's my focus now to bed the new players in as quickly as possible, and that's starting with Saturday, obviously our first pre-season friendly.
I suppose it's a fact of life that footballers move on, and it's also a fact of life that you may have a target who agrees a long time ago, but pen to paper isn't done until probably 2 or 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
It has to be said, a lot of Kings Lynn fans have said, look, what's going on? We've got no players.
Yeah.
Are they close to the truth, or is it much better picture than that is being painted?
Yeah, without so much new players coming in, it was really important that I kept a core, and I've got a core 11. So if you look at the squad from the last game, there's 11 there, plus Paul Jones, which is 12. I will run with 18, and we've got the academy boys, the 23s. Yeah. So they've already trained with us for a full season, and I think the timing's right now to introduce a few of them, which will be great for the fans because everybody loves a Kings Lynn player homegrown. They've already done 5 sessions with ourselves and not looked out of place. So there's a group of 8 players there that we can also embed into the squad. So look, you can't beat experience, and I know I probably need 2 more experience, probably a centre midfield player and another centre forward. But yeah, it's exciting. I'm excited by what I've saw and how the boys have embedded into the group really, really quickly. So although the fans might get a little bit frustrated with some big names that have left, but look, I know it's my job that we'll have a young, hungry, energetic side for the coming season.
That's the thing, it's having the right mental attitude, isn't it? And having players who are desperate to get out of this division and play in the division that people like Michael Clunan, have moved on, not necessarily Michael, but Gold, for example, is an example, to better themselves. So it helps you, doesn't it?
Yes, they've moved on to better themselves, so I'll sell that to the new players coming in. 3's went to the National League and 2 have got to move to Scunthorpe. So they know what the chairman's model is. We develop young players and we move them on. So if not me, my aspirations are to take the club there, but if that didn't happen, you can see in the summer where the 5 players have moved on. Pre-season's a great time to, obviously, the fans want to see new faces. It's a time for me to stamp my authority on the way I want to play, which isn't too dissimilar as last year, because obviously we lost out by winning the league in 2 points. So we've done something really good last year, and I want to carry that on. But with anything in life, you need a freshness, and that's what I'm looking to bring in.
And you've got what all fans see, a trialist. I'm sure there'll be plenty of those coming up, but that is another recruitment area for you. I assume that you could probably get a little gem from the trialists.
When Travis and I spoke a few weeks ago, we had a trialist game, and 5 or 6 are still with us. So they've got through the first hurdle, and they'll be in the Norwich friendly and the Lincoln friendly. They will be under a trialist because we don't want to lose out. And the chairman's told me not to make sure we don't name any names, but look, that's part of football. They're really keen and hungry, and that just drives the lads that have been here for a while. Obviously when myself, Tommy and Hugo come in, we had the relegation, and last year we missed out by 2 points, so need that freshness and that new fresh energy. And not just with me, my first job, but obviously Adrian Whitbread and Paul Jones stepping up to the coaching staff. Adrian's been really impressed by the level. I think his last job was Chesterfield, so he hasn't seen much of a difference between National League and National League North type of player. I know it's only training and games is where it counts, but it's been refreshing for me to see his positivity. And yeah, it's been really good so far. I can't wait to crack on with games, and I can't wait for the walks hopefully to be full in the next 2 home games.
You mentioned Paul Jones. Who's your number one goalkeeper? Do you know yet? Because obviously you've got Tommy.
They're going to fight it out for number one.
Yeah, you haven't picked one.
No, they're going to fight it out for number one. Tommy had the shirt from the end of last season, and yeah, they're going to have a pre-season of both getting equal minutes, and yeah, it'll be down to whoever. Obviously, just as I said, Tommy had the shirt, so not that it's his to lose, but he done really well for us. I think we won 8 out of the 10 games, and Paul's understanding as well that at his age he's stepped back a little bit on the training side, and he's been great with me and Adrian, just talking Adrian through the players and what the change room's like. So, but he's certainly not
Not giving it up.
Not giving it up too easy, the number one spot.
I have to say, that's not a bad little problem to have 2 good goalkeepers. And captain, have you decided who's going to be the captain?
Yes, Josh Goods.
It is Josh, is it?
Yeah,
no great surprise there, I suppose.
No, he's a leader. We get on great. He's also, I'm not sure if everybody knows, under 23's manager as well, and I've just left the training ground and he was taking a session with them, so it was their first day in today too. So again, he's going to be great eyes for me. As I said, there's 8 that's been up training with us and played in the trial game, so he's going to keep an eye on them every day if they're not training with the first team. So it's another, I think I'll have to obviously mention Alex as well, because we're going to tie that all in together this year and work really closely, because Alex Cross has been here since probably the start of last season, and he works really, really hard in his job with the kids academy, and now this 23s, we're really trying to kick it on this year.
Having seen Josh alongside Adam Crowther and the way he brought him on, it seems to me a really good person to bring people on. He's got the CV, hasn't he?
He has.
And he does it on the pitch as well.
You can see he's a leader and he's still extremely fit. In the testing and stuff, he's going to have a really good season for us again. He lives really close to the training ground, so that was another reason why he took the under 23s job, because it comes on straight after us. This is Kyle McFadden's first pre-season since we've been here.
Yeah.
Since he's been at the club. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him, playing the games, getting his minutes and building his fitness up slowly, because he's sort of thrown in the deep end since we've come in, battling injury all the time, and he hasn't missed a session yet. So those foundations, great. Back free, Emmanuel okay, 2 good goalkeepers. You win leagues by keeping clean sheets.
Do you see Emmanuel as a centre half or defensive midfielder? Because I think he has done both.
Yeah.
Or is it just needs must on the day, I suppose?
Yeah. Again, just speaking to Reece Prestige, he probably sees him as a centre midfield player. We've used him in training and little friendly matches that we've played in training as a centre half. But I'll give him obviously a look in both positions. Extremely athletic, good on the ball. And he's got 2 good leaders in Maka. Adam's becoming a leader himself, and Josh to help him on and talk him through the game. So a really exciting prospect.
It has to be said that the 1 or 2 clubs throwing the money around a bit. We all know who they are.
Yeah.
And I also saw the other day, I think Chester have sold 1,800 season tickets.
Yeah.
It's getting more competitive, this level, isn't it? It's a hard league.
Yeah, it's a good league. It's a really good league, the North League. Last year I got myself out and watched games in the Conference South, and I probably saw the top from 2nd all the way down to maybe 7th playing, and I know it's on a one-off game and stuff, but I felt as if the North was probably stronger. Just the size of clubs, obviously where clubs are situated, they get homegrown players and stuff, whereas the South, there's a lot of London-based clubs and maybe players are coming from everywhere. I don't know the answer to that, but in my opinion it's probably stronger. And it's getting close, as I said, to the National League, and Adrian said that himself in the standard of training. He was pleasantly surprised by the level that we were at. It's going to be really competitive, and we're going to have a good go at it.
So we've covered sort of the summer a bit. You've got your first real fixture against Hereford. I mean, you're at home.
Yeah.
That must be good. But
Very good.
obviously, first off, you get rid of the cobwebs on Saturday, hopefully against Norwich City. It's a pretty decent opener, isn't it?
Yeah, really good opener. We had a good result against Hereford last year, and they have a new manager, and Paul Caddis got in. I've had a few battles against him in his Swindon days, so I'm sure his side are going to be really competitive. Big club. But yeah, as I said, when you see the fixtures come out, you look at sort of the first month, and it's a tough first month. Good fixture in Hereford, and then the following week we're away to Chester and away to Curzon. So tough 3 first games, I'll sort of base that myself, I think, on 3-4 game blocks and see where we're at. I always say as a player, you don't get your real fitness to probably 5-6 games in, so we got to make sure we're hitting the ground running like we did last year.
All your senior players available for Norwich? Will they feature?
All the senior players will feature, and we'll probably go with 2 11s because we've only had 6 sessions, but there's a lot of double sessions in there. But we've had 6 training sessions, so we're going to equal the minutes out, and then we'll probably do that again on Tuesday night against Lincoln. So great few days for the boys. You know, they want to get into the matches as quickly as possible after a few days, a few sessions running. So as a player, I used to always love that first fixture, and it looks like the sun's going to be out like it normally is on your first fixture. So it'd be a great day at the walks, and fingers crossed we get a really good crowd.
Well, Norwich played in midweek and they played a lot of their stars, but I think there are a couple. There's a new signing expected to make his first appearance. Josh Sargent, I mean, he was at the World Cup a few months ago, stepping out onto the walks versus Josh Coulson. That'll be interesting. Yeah,
it will be interesting. I know the lads will get excited by that because there's some household names there. Myself and Adrian went to watch Barnet v Norwich on Tuesday night, so they were very, very sharp. We've sort of warned the boys this morning of that. Look, we didn't want to give them too much to think about, but we just made sure they know the shape and what our role is, and we'll do that again tomorrow, Friday. And yeah, I know everybody says it's fitness, but we want to give a really good account of ourselves.
Ashley Barnes played the other night, and I think a lot of Norwich fans are welcoming a bit of guile, should we say, and a bit of angsty person in their team. Do you expect him to be like he was for Burnley all last season, just really in your face?
Yeah, I imagine him to be so. He didn't play. He doesn't play his games like a friendly, and from what I saw the other night, and he had 2 wide players coming in off him, so he's a real good focal point for them. I just saw their sharpness in midfield, so it'll be a really good test for ours because I think we've got some good footballers. You know, and Tommy Hughes, Cammy, and Jack Smith that we've signed, so it'll be a good battle for them, and it'll be a great battle for the defenders up against some guile and real pace out wide.
Good opening test as well for the fans.
Yes, great.
You're going to have the fans all season.
Yeah.
I mean, you should have a good crowd. It's 45 miles up the road from Norwich.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's no reason on a nice sunny Saturday afternoon, is there, to go anywhere else. Sainsbury's can go and do one.
I hope so. I really hope so, and hopefully we'll give a good test of ourselves, and you know, the fans will enjoy themselves. Some people mightn't have been for a while, and they come and watch us and they go, oh, get yourselves a season ticket. So there's a bit of a rally call for get the season tickets in, because it all sort of comes back to me at this stage of the season for my budget.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Just backtracking a little bit if I can.
Yeah.
Second last season, 2 points off it. Just about a day at the office to go out of the running for promotion, I guess. What do you expect this season? Can you repeat the position or better it this season? What's the target?
Well, at this stage, you've always got aspirations to be in where we were. If you didn't, there'd be something wrong. It was disappointing. Obviously, the playoff game, Kidderminster being so far behind us, but I knew the game was going to be difficult because they were on a great run, and it just goes to show they went on and won the final fairly comfortably. So yeah, we've got aspirations to do that again. I know I'm realistic, we need 2 or 3 more in, and I'm working really hard to do that. So yeah, we've still got time in pre-season. We haven't even kicked the ball yet in terms of competitive games or friendly games. So as the weeks go by, the better names that I'm getting, receiving, they're filtering down, because players obviously don't get what they want, and we're at a level where we can offer full time. We train in Ely. You know, we've obviously got a great home record here and really good fans, so it's a really appealing club. And look, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't, and certainly Adrian wouldn't. So yeah, as I say, we want to have a good season and trying to get 2 more points, or maybe 3 more points than last year.
Big fired at home, or the equivalent of,
That's it. To go down to 1 result was brilliant. Great season, FA Cup run, but you still get that disappointment and feeling of, oh, we're going to have to use that as fuel for fire and hopefully do one better this year.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
No, it's really
very
good.
Very kind.
Thank you.